Hey folks, day 2 of practice for the Walmart FLW Tour event at Lake Hartwell, and we've got Matt Arey, Carolina legend. He's going to figure this place out for us. Matt, I guess my first question, and you knocked it out of the park last year at Beaver Lake, sort of dialing in that mix of pre-spawn and spawning fish, and I feel like that situation could arise this week because it's warmed up really fast. I figure there's got to be fish on beds. What are you doing out there?
Well, you know, I'm looking for a little bit of everything. I think it warmed up so fast, and it was almost a shock to the fish. They haven't quite adjusted yet. There are some fish on beds, and there's a lot of fish up, but it doesn't seem like the majority of the lake's really caught up to the weather yet. So I'm trying to mix it up. You know, I'm fishing more than I'm looking, which I love to sight fish. So normally I'd be spending more time looking. I am mixing in a little bit of looking here and there, but okay. I'm trying to figure out those big pre-spawn females. A lot of them are on the bank yet, and they're coming for sure. But I'm just trying to figure out where they're set up right now. Yeah,
it seems like the guy who can find those pre-spawn fish and catch them is probably going to win this tournament.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you know, I think 95% of this lake right now is pre-spawn, so that's really what I'm going to target this week, and that's what I think it's going to take to win. Okay.
I imagine you got to like this lake a fair amount and feel pretty comfortable on it because it's a little bit like back home. It's got to be somewhat like Norman. You like clear water. What's your favorite part of fishing here?
Well, it's you know, it sets up a lot like a lot of our lakes around the house, and of course Beaver also. It's extremely diverse. You know, you've got a lot of options here. You got 3 different rivers that feed the lake that dump into the main body. They've all got stained water. You've got options there to go fish shallow, dirty water. Then you can run down to the lower end and you can fish gin clear water. You know, it looks like an aquarium down there. So I like how it sets up as far as the diversity of it. It offers up a lot of different options. A guy can really fish his strengths here, and that's what's so cool about this lake.
Okay. You like Beaver Lake a lot because it's a real good pattern lake, and we'll be talking to you again there, I'm sure. But is this a good pattern lake too? Can you get on something and run, or does a guy need to milk a few spots to win here?
You can to an extent. It just depends on the time of the year. You know, this is a great time of year to pattern fish.
Okay.
And that's why I love the pre-spawn time. And you know, this lake sets up well to be a good pattern lake because it offers such a variety of cover, but it is duplicated throughout the lake, so you can run a pattern here.
All right, cool. Well, Matt, thanks for stopping by, and hopefully either today, maybe you found it, maybe tomorrow you find it, find that winning pattern.
We're gonna try.
All right. Up next, Chris McCall. Chris, you told me a little while ago you've never been to Hartwell before. I can tell you one thing, this ain't Texas. Can you kind of give me a breakdown how your practice is going so far?
You know, I fished 2 days now. I've been out there about 25 hours, and I'm catching fish. You know, I'm getting a lot of bites, but
okay.
I really don't feel like I'm around the right kind.
That better quality.
Yeah, you know, I'm not seeing very many 3 and 4 pounders, and you know, I think you need to have that here. But you know, I'm getting a lot of bites, but I'm not real confident in the size of them right now.
All right. Now you're going into the final day of practice tomorrow. Is there any stone that you haven't turned over yet that you need to go look at, you think, to find those bigger ones?
Yeah, I think I may do a little bit different stuff tomorrow. The morning seems really dead for me. You know,
right.
10 o'clock, it's really slow up until about 10, and then it's like the light switch comes on and they start biting. So I may go try to do, you know, maybe chase some spots around tomorrow morning, see if I can figure out how to catch a little bit better quality spotted bass or something. I've got to do something different in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, this place is known for having that, sometimes a schooling bite, you know, the heron moving around in the morning, and you would think that would make it at least possible to have a productive morning. You wouldn't have to wait for the sun to get up. When the sun is getting up, are you catching fish doing almost whatever it is you try, or is it where you have to be doing the right thing?
No, for me, I've got a couple. I've probably got 2 little deals going, and that's been, you know, that's my main deal. And I've tried to vary it. I mean, this time of year, fishing these kind of lakes, you know, the Normans, the Smith Lakes, I got to rely basically on information, you know, from the website and past tournaments, because I don't have any experience here at all, and I really, you know, it's probably going to come back to hurt me because there's a lot of questions in my mind about places that I think I want to go, but you never hear anything really about them in the tournaments, and you see, you know, I'm kind of doubting myself as to whether to go do, you know, run certain things, but you know, it's just right now I'm just grinding through it, and you know, I keep hoping I'll find that one place, but it would be a pretty, it's a milk run right now for me. I mean, that's cut and dry. It's a milk run.
Okay. I guess my last question, and this may be a little too technical, a little too in-depth. You may not want to hit it. I understand. But you're not really a shaky head guy. You don't like a spinning rod. At the same time, this is one of those lakes that has a good finesse bite. It's got a good fish and slow bite. Have you been able to catch your fish moving around, throwing a rattle trap like you like to do, or have you had to get out of your comfort zone?
No, I'm catching a few fish on moving baits, and of course, that's how I want to fish. That shaky head and me and I don't get along very well.
I hear you.
And it's crazy because I can go to Beaver Lake. I've done well in 4 or 5 tournaments at Beaver, and and the shaky head's always part of what I throw there.
Yeah.
And then I come to these lakes, and I don't know what it is. I stay away from it. I've stayed away from it pretty much all practice here. I think I've thrown it and got a few bites on it.
Right.
I'm a winder, and I want to find something winding. And the other thing, there's definitely some starting to move up on beds, and that's not one of my favorite ways to catch them either. So I don't know. I'm bound and determined to find a winding bite somewhere.
Okay. Last question. You mentioned Beaver Lake. We just talked with Matt Arey. He's obviously Mr. Beaver Lake.
Yeah, no
doubt. Have you noticed any similarities between Beaver and here that you can sort of use to carry over? Or have you really had to treat it like a different fishery?
No, I really don't. Beaver for me so much is, I guess I have to say Beaver's more of a spot lake for me. Even though Beaver's a pretty good pattern lake, for me it's always been, some areas that I really like there.
Yep.
I do really well there when there's a wiggle wart bite. Here, I fished Norman twice, I fished Murray twice, and I'm 0 for 4 in the Carolinas. Now
That's not good.
I did get paid in FLW when we had the FLW series. I did good at Clark's Hill.
Okay, just down the river.
Had grass.
Oh.
So the Carolinas don't treat me very well, and I am trying hard to stay positive and break that mojo, that bad mojo.
All right. Well, Chris, thanks for stopping by, and hopefully you break that mojo. Go out, find them tomorrow, and then catch them big time Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks, Jody.